G'day guys, welcome back to another video. I am pretty excited. This is my first overnight sail. Well, probably 2 nights to be honest. I'm in Tweed Heads on the southern end of the Gold Coast in Australia. And I'm starting to make my way today south towards Sydney, where I will leave from Sydney to Fiji. So this will be my first proper solo sail to Newcastle. It's going to be the best part of 2 days. It's going to be on the nose the whole time, but it's either just wait forever or just cop it sweet. Basically, this is going to be a proper shakedown sail. So all I need to do now is drop off the rubbish, put the tender on the bow of the boat, which I've never done before, so I'll lash that down and see how that goes for this shakedown sail, and then get going. It's not happening. It's not happening today. 2 days to get to Newcastle? Nah, it takes a day to drive. It takes 9 hours to drive. Yeah, it's going to take me a lot longer than that. Maybe 4 days. I'm too rushed. I don't have everything done. I'm not leaving on the right tide, and it's all to just get down to Newcastle a day earlier, and there's no real urgency. So I'm going to do the smart thing and just delay a day. That way I can spend sort of the next couple of hours still sorting the boat out and get everything really squared away, so tomorrow morning I can just head off at 10:30. Yeah, so let this be a lesson. When people are under the pump, they make mistakes, especially considering at least the first 24-48 hours is going to be on the nose. And I'm off. Let's open up that. And yeah, so the best part of 4 days, I reckon, to get down to Newcastle. The wind is coming from straight south, and I need to go all basically straight south. So what I want to do is I'm going to go as close as I can on the nose, out to sea, however far I go, until probably about 10 o'clock tonight, so a good 12 hours. And then after that, more or less start heading as close to on course towards Newcastle as I possibly can. This will be interesting, and now it's more than 2 days, which is good because I want a good like shakedown sail. There's a lot of things I've done differently at the moment, including the tender, the jack lines, never used them before. I've just made this. There's a video coming up about that. I've just made those, so yeah, all of these new systems, I really want to shake them down for my sail to Fiji. Off we go. I'm just coming out. There is breaking waves ahead of me, so I'm gonna have to definitely hang left for a little bit, and then once I've cleared the groin, I'll throw up the headsail, and then off we go. Can you guys see that breaking wave? Australian bar crossings. I wonder if it's the same everywhere in the world. Is it the same where you guys live? Let me know in the comments. A bit squally. This has been such a bad start. The Gold Coast is just there. I'm not even like, I'm like an hour. I just broke the Autopilot. This little holder that holds my tiller in place was still in, and so the Autopilot was trying to work against it, and it's broken, so I've broken the actual rod. What a trial by fire. I actually considered going back at one point. Batman is doing friggin' awesome. He is literally holding the team together. The thing is, there's part of me that wants to go, not back, but like do it in smaller stages, and that's just the general sort of fear and anxiety talking. I'm not going to do that unless I have to, you know, unless I'm really struggling. Right now I'm just figuring things out. It's the struggle of figuring things out, but it's not necessarily the struggle of I'm in danger. Anywho, that's my update. Thank you, Batman, for holding the team together. You bloody legend. Morning truly is the best part of the day. Despite that, I am utterly exhausted. I think I got 2 hours sleep last night total. Smashed my hand in the middle of all the chaos. It was relentless, consistent squalls, constantly seeming to ask me, hey, you awake? Should stop whining though, it's not really that bad. At one point last night I found myself playing a real life Frogger game with about 5 tankers. They were still a couple of nautical miles away, but that's pretty close when you're in between 2 of them. Man, I wish his sail was a bit more comfortable. I am just a little bit overpowered. Reef number 1. That's better. So I don't get seasick, but in the first few days of a passage I definitely can't go down to like the saloon and read a book. I'm not sure if it's out of boredom or out of efficiency maybe, because I can do better than the autopilot. Yeah, in those first couple of days I find I'll just hand steer for hours. Trying to land on the bow to have a rest. Oh, he did it! Oh no! Seems like more effort than what it's worth. The wind has almost died again. I have had non-stop wind on the nose and 90-degree shifts in wind between the front edge and the back edge of the squall. And it'll pick up to 25 knots and then it'll drop down to about 8 or 7. Hey, Daddy. I am officially just crossing into the Tasman. Whoop whoop. Last night was pretty cool. Couldn't get any of it on film. The bird that landed on my solar panels, I don't know if he ended up falling or jumping, but he was down in the cockpit with me and he was just trying to sleep with his head underneath his wing, and he just, with the motion of the boat in the cockpit, he just kept on sliding forward into the area that I needed to sail. I had to keep on gently pushing him back to the back of the cockpit, trying not to wake him up. This is what I'm talking about. I'm either on, going about 6 or 7 knots in the wrong direction, or I'm off, just flailing about in the right direction. And it's been like this for days. Now the toilet just broke and I'm becalmed. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is f***ing shit. You can never really tell with the GoPro because it's always deceiving, but it looks like here I'm going absolutely nowhere, and I am actually going absolutely nowhere. Basically becalmed, though I'm not really minding it because there's not a whole heap of waves, so it's quite gentle. And worst case scenario is I'm going to get a good sleep tonight. Might as well have sushi for breakfast. Alright, time to fix that jack line. I don't recommend you do this. Definitely not solo unless you're extremely confident. I did have a bird on looking as water safety. Just in case I fell into the water, I'm sure he would help. The arrival of these dolphins strangely punctuated by the arrival of some wind. I ended up being becalmed for 24 hours. I don't know if you guys can see this, but a boat's coming to check me out. Looks like a trawler, but... Oh, thanks mate, how did you know I was out here? Oh right, yeah, the wind's just come up. Newcastle. I know. Thanks for checking on me. What a nice guy. He's just checking on me. Day 4. And I am becalmed. Again. Okay. Sushi for breakfast. I'm literally seeing a black wall come towards me with multiple water spouts. This is what it looks like on the radar. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And there's lots of thunder as well, but there's hardly any wind at the moment anyways. I've just chucked the third reef in, and now the beauty of sailing, now I just got to sit here and cop it sweet.
Copping it sweet.
So I'm sitting there. Right now the storm is basically right above me. It's kind of hard to see in real time, so I'll speed it up and I'll fast forward and rewind it so you can actually see this waterspout basically coming down to the back of my boat. This footage is with the GoPro, and if it looks close on the GoPro, it is basically right above my head. Jesus. Again with the GoPro, this is right behind the boat. Got a feeling this thing's gonna hit me. That's not good. Here you can also sort of tell where it is based on the direction I'm looking. Alrighty, here we go. I don't think it's that water spout, which is lucky man. That was coming straight for me, but I don't know, it might be right above me. There's like two more over there and two more over there. 20 knots. Whilst fixing a furler malfunction, I started to think of all the things that I'd broken. The toilet, some rips in the main, a tear in the headsail, and to a large extent, my desire to sail. So I headed for a place where I could rest called Foster. Although I'd be arriving at night, this seemed like the smarter option. That was so crazy. Oh my god, what a perfect end to a perfect sail. After sorting out the furler, then I continued on, and then it picked up to like 25 knots. I'm macking along at like 7 knots, caning straight towards a bar crossing that at night time with bucketing down rain that I've never been in before. Just shitting it down rain, so much rain, but I am looking forward to sleep. My victory whiskey. Japanese, 12 years. It cost me like $300, $400 Australian dollars. That is a lot. That is a lot for me. I don't know what you are used to drinking, but that is about 4 months YouTube wage. I call it my victory whiskey. Sometimes I have preordained milestones in my head that I'm like, yep, and then I'll have a whiskey, and other times I just do something and I feel the accomplishment and I have a whiskey. I just got my ass proper handed to me. Cheers.